Welcome back, everybody, to the RA facility here in Marshall, Minnesota, on the campus of SMSU, where the SMSU Mustangs will be hosting the Augustana Vikings. Michael Sterling here with Claire Schweer. And Claire, SMSU coming into this game last in the NSIC South Division. They're 2-17 in conference play, 4-21 overall. Augustana, they come in third in the South Division at 14-5 and at 18-5 overall. So this will be a tough challenge for the Mustangs. We're looking to pull off an upset.
Yes, the Augustana is quite up there on the NSIC, ranked number 3, as you said. And actually looking at the series history between Augustana and SMSU, the Southwest Minnesota State and Augustana will meet for the 32nd time in a series that dates all the way back to 1969 to 1970 season. And the Vikings hold a 20-11 advantage over the Mustangs, including an 8-7 on the road.
So the Mustangs have been kind of struggling on offense. Last night they scored only 40 points. They're only averaging 57.2 points this season. In Augustana, their defense only allowing 58.5 points per game this season as well. Augustana also scoring quite a bit, averaging 76.6 points a game. So Claire, both teams are going to kind of, or at least SMSU is going to struggle to kind of keep Augie from putting points on the board.
Yes, well, looking at some of the team statistics, with SMSU, they're, as you said, they're averaging about 58 points a game, where the opponents usually average about 71.7%. And for the three-point line, making any kind of scores beyond that, SMSU only has a 121 out of a 394 shot percentage, where the opponents usually have 141 out of 396. As for free throws, I should say, SMSU has got about a 9.3 average, where Augustana is about a 13.3 average. SMSU does have a fairly high rebounds per game, which is 33.1, but Augustana is just a little bit higher with 39.1.
SMSU, another thing they've been struggling with this year has been turnovers, averaging almost 18 turnovers a game this year. Looking at some of the stats from last night's game, Claire, SMSU only shot 23.3% in the second half, which wasn't that great. 32.7% for the full game. Ellen Degler, the only Mustang player who had double figures in points last night with 10 points, as they fell to Wayne State 59-40. So hopefully the Mustangs will be able to put up quite a few more points than that, because if they only score 40 tonight, again, I think it's safe to say that they're not going to win.
Yeah, and it's really a disadvantage that Bree Holloman is out for the season, because Bree did have her 100th career three-point field goal in the Upper Iowa game, but, she had that accident at Bemidji State that has put her out for the rest of the season. It's kind of a disadvantage.
Yeah, Bree Holloman was averaging 10.6 points per game, so other players have had to step up. The only active player in double figures right now for the Mustangs is Allison Nagel, who has come in nicely this year as a transfer. Also, Rebecca Rowling as a transfer from the same school that Nagel came from. They both have put in some solid contributions. Also, Anessa Rush, another SMSU player who has the ability to shoot three-pointers, has been playing pretty well since Holloman's injury as well.
Yes, and that's good that they're really stepping up for that.
And a lot of people filing into the stands for the last home game of the season for SMSU. Of course, Augie in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, not too far of a drive. So a lot of people from South Dakota coming in and cheering on their Vikings, as Augustana looks to make a statement here in tonight's game.
Yep, and it is senior night here, and it's brown out, so we're seeing quite a bit of brown in the audience, which is great support for the SMSU Mustangs.
Yeah, and SMSU, they're a pretty young team. Their only senior, Natalie Svensson, has hardly played this year because of injury, so they're not really losing a whole lot of talent this year. As Allison Kruger, it's kind of been a tough season for the Mustangs, as we said, coming into this game at 4-21, looking to kind of salvage something in their last few games, hoping to build on these last few games heading into next year and into the offseason.
Yep, as you said, they're not only losing one player, and she has been out most of it, so definitely is an advantage for SMSU for next year to keep it up.
And SMSU is going to be looking for contributions from Rebecca Rowling and also Hope Onlander as well, who Bonlander comes off the bench quite a bit to contribute for the Mustangs. Also other bench players that the Mustangs will need to have good games. Val Sarr, Jesse Watson, Megan DeRuyter as well. So we are going to take a little bit of a break for the national anthem, and when we come back we will have the starting lineups and we will have tip for the SMSU women's basketball game. So stay tuned. You're watching SMSU basketball here on KSSU TV.
Southwest Minnesota State will get you where you want to go. We're a university of 3,600 students with over 45 majors to choose from. Small student-to-faculty ratios let your professors get to know you. And with a grad placement rate over 95%, your degree will help you get a job in your chosen field. Becoming involved is easy. And with over $150 million in improvements the last 10 years, our facilities are state-of-the-art. Southwest Minnesota State University, where you belong.
American hero.
I want to help people. I want to make a difference. I want to get things done. Could I be a hero?
She had to apply.
I should give this a try.
There she met people who shared her passion, people who wanted to make change, people who joined AmeriCorps. They cleaned beaches, they helped wildlife. Together they served, together they made a difference. Together they were heroes.
In AmeriCorps, you can be a hero too.
Join AmeriCorps.
Ladies, are you talking to your partners?
About HIV.
2 out of every 3 new HIV/AIDS cases in women are among Black women.
Get informed, get tested. Early detection can save your life. If you test positive, seek treatment from a doctor.
Join the campaign to end Black AIDS, a partnership between Abbott and the Magic Johnson Foundation. Go to WeStandWithMagic.com, get resources, and become a member.
And join today, and thank you.
Like all new parents, my husband and I want what's best for our baby. When it came to immunizations, I wanted the facts. So I carefully researched vaccines, talking to pediatricians and other experts and asking tough questions. The answer was obvious. Vaccines like those against measles and influenza are not only a good idea, they could save our daughter's life. Take the time to get the facts. Vaccines save lives.
We all have a vision of that perfect smile. But when it comes to our smile, it's not something we can draw or wait to miraculously appear. We need an orthodontist, dental specialists with 2 to 3 years of specialized education beyond dental school. Your child might be the next Picasso, so trust that brilliant smile to the right hands. Seeing an orthodontist no later than age 7 can help achieve a healthy, beautiful smile. For more information, visit braces.org.
Welcome back to the RA facility here at SMSU. Let's go through the starting lineups right now. First for the Augustana Vikings, starting off with number 3, Shantiva Ashley, a 5'8 guard sophomore out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Number 12, Emily Schulte, 5'7 guard junior out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Number 22, Lydia Nelson, 6-foot forward senior out of Lake Preston, South Dakota. Number 33, Faith Tinklenberg, a 5'11 guard senior out of Pipestone, Minnesota. And number 44, Alex Feeney, 6-foot forward senior out of Bismarck, North Dakota. The Vikings are coached by Dave Krauth in his 24th year, assisted by Mark Stavanger, Megan Stadler, Katie Bork, and Sean Bergen. Now let's send it over to Claire, who has the SMSU starting lineups.
Okay, for our starting lineups for SMSU, we have number 11, Michaela Sathart, who is 5'10 from Bruce, South Dakota. We have Rebecca Rowling, number 23, 5'9 junior from Bancroft, Iowa. Number 25, Hannah Beeler, 6-foot junior from Indianola, Iowa. Number 30, Hope Bonlander, 5'10 sophomore from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin.
And then number 45, Allison Nagel from Fort Dodge, Iowa. So those are the starting lineups. SMSU also coached by Allison Kruger in her 3rd year, assisted by Megan Doyle, Claire DeWillius, Micah Mims, and Sam Lynn. Tonight's officials for the game, referee Brian Reichen from Gayville, South Dakota, also Steve Dengerud from Grove City, Minnesota, and Seth Hansen out of Brookings, South Dakota. So we are just about ready for basketball action. Again, this will be the last home game for the SMSU women this year, so hopefully we'll be able to spring an upset over an Augustana team that has come in with a fairly decent record. It's going to be Nagel and Feely battling for the tip. And SMSU will start out with the ball as Sodhoff bringing the ball up court for the Mustangs. Gets it over to Nagel. Nagel tries to get it inside. The shot is up and good. Hannah Beeler with the basket, and the Mustangs draw first blood. The Vikings bringing it down court. There's an outside shot, and that one's good. And that was a three-pointer. Emily Schulte with the basket.
Three-pointer by Emily Schulte.
Sodhoff now over to Nagel. Beeler to Rolling. Beeler sets a nice screen. Rolling over to Nagel. She puts up a three. That one no good. Rebound by Beeler. And she'll pass it into Nagel. Trying to go up for the shot, but a jump ball. I thought they were going to call it travel, but it'll be Augustana ball. Claire, what do you think of the action so far?
You can definitely see that Augustana is pretty good at their three-pointers and getting the rebound on that ball and getting it back to their side.
Shantiva Ashley over to Feeney. The Vikings trying to work it inside. They got a couple good post players. Lydia Nelson tried to pass it inside, but it'll be a turnover on the Vikings. 18 minutes, 43 seconds left to go here in this first half. Schulte right on Sodhoff as she brings the ball down the court. Sodhoff tried to drive, but pulled it back out. Nagel working on the inside, trying to get the ball, but Rolling gets the pass instead. 7 seconds on the shot clock. And that'll be almost turnover. Nagel has to put it up. Shot no good. Rebound by Emily Schulte. Not the best possession there for the Mustangs, but a turnover as a steal by Nagel. Nice defense there by the Mustangs. And it just, as I say that, the Mustangs turn the ball back over. And Claire, like we said, that's something SMSU has struggled with a lot this year.
Yep. Both teams are doing very good with the turnovers and stealing that ball back, though. So it's now right back over to the Mustang side.
Nagel puts up the shot. It's good. And the foul. Excuse me, that was Rolling. Rebecca Rolling. So the Mustangs grab the lead back.
From the basket by Rebecca Rolling.
4-3 ball game. SMSU with the lead. Like we said, Rebecca Rolling and Allison Nagel, both transfers this year out of Iowa Central Community College. And both have played important parts in the season for the Mustangs. That first free throw goes in, so now it's a 5-3 game. SMSU with the lead. Lydia Nelson over to Ashley. Shantiva Ashley, one of the leading scorers for the Vikings. Now over to Feeney. She puts up a deep shot, and that one's good. It's now a 6-5 Augie lead. Sodhoff bringing the ball up the court. Now over to Nagel. Nagel at the top of the key, though. Pass over to Bonlander. Back out to Nagel. Rebecca Rolling gets a nice screen. She's open, puts up a three, and it's good. And it's now an 8-6 lead for the Mustangs. The Vikings head on over back to the other end of the court and put a basket in to tie the game at 8. And another traveling violation on the Mustangs. So another turnover. So Augustana will grab the ball and get a chance to regain the lead. The pass off to Nelson, now over to Ashley. A three-pointer put up, and that one's good. That was Cammie Coyne with the three-pointer. So now 11-8, Augustana with the lead. Sodhoff bringing the ball back up for the Mustangs. Beeler over to Bonlander. Nagel works it inside to Beeler. Tries to dribble around, puts it up, just rolls out. The Mustangs chase after it though and get the rebound. Sodhoff to Nagel. Now Nagel's going to pass it off to Beeler. She puts up a shot. That one no good. Rebound by Schulte. And the Vikings are going to slow things down just a little bit. Coyne now into Schulte. Tries to kick it back out to Ashley. She puts up a deep three, and it's good. The Vikings up 14-8.
Vikings are really good at getting those three-point shots and getting them in.
Yeah, they're 4 of 4 on the evening so far tonight, so haven't missed one yet. Beeler over to Sodhoff. Sodhoff almost loses it. Now she tries to drive, puts it up. Another tough roll, and a foul called on Hope Bonlander. Jesse Watts and Ellen Degler coming in for the Mustangs. And Andrea Whitney and Riley Norgard coming in for the Vikings. 14 minutes, 58 seconds left to go here in this first half. And Claire, the Mustangs have to find a way to get out on those three-point shooters and stop them from making all these shots.
Definitely.
The pass goes inside to Whitney, and the basket is good. So this time the Vikings hurt the Mustangs in the paint, not out by the three-point arc. 16-8, Augustana with the lead. Watts in trouble. She passes it off to Rolling. Gets it into Degler. Degler puts it up. No good. Fight for the rebound as Watts gets it. Has to pass it out to Nagel. Nagel kisses it off the backboard, and it's now a 16-10 game. It's been pretty high scoring so far here, Claire.
Yes, it has. Definitely very good rebound catches by the Mustangs, which is definitely helping them.
Andrea Whitney gets another easy basket on the Augie end. 18-10, Augustana with the lead. Degler gets the pass at the free throw line. Now over to Nagel. Nagel puts up another three. No good. Nagel's made a few threes this year, but I wouldn't necessarily call her a constant outside shooter.
Yeah, it's kind of hit and miss sometimes for her, so.
She needs to get down by the blocks closer to the basket where she's done most of her damage this year. Deep three-pointer by Alex Feeney, and again, the Mustangs can't close out on those three-pointers, and Coach Kruger's going to have a really long talk with her Mustangs about that. 21-10, 13:34 left to go here in this first half. We'll take a quick 30-second break. You're watching Mustang basketball here on KSSU TV.
If you've had a stroke, the chances are good that you could have another one. But it doesn't have to happen. You could be a stroke smart star.
I'm eating healthy and I'm exercising again.
I'm keeping my blood pressure and cholesterol levels under control.
After 35 years, I quit smoking.
I always take my medicine.
If you take steps to improve your health, you'll greatly reduce your risk of another stroke. Talk to your doctor and go to stroke.org today.
I'm not going to have another stroke.
Welcome back to the RA facility here in Marshall, Minnesota. The Augustana Vikings have a 21-10 lead over SMSU. And Claire, the Mustangs, their defense really needs to step things up.
Yes, they do. If you look here for field goals, SMSU only has a 36.4%, where Augustana is at 88.9%, and then 100% on their three-point scoring.
Degler goes up with it, partially blocked, but a foul called. A foul on Andrea Whitney, her first. Ellen Degler to the line. Degler is a two-sport star here at SMSU, also on the volleyball team that has seen a very good success the last few years. The first free throw, no good. Hope Bonlander going to come in for Rebecca Rowling, and Anessa Rush going to come in for Watts. Second free throw is no good as well, so Degler can't take advantage of those two free shots. Ashley with the ball. Now over to Coyne. Coyne gets a nice screen. Now tries to get it over to Feeney, but a nice steal by Anessa Rush. And Nagel is going to have to bring it up. Anessa Rush was being closely guarded. Now a handoff to Sodhoff. Degler trying to post up. Mustangs aren't able to get it to her so far. Bonlander tried to get it in there, but I believe that ball was kicked and went out of bounds. The Mustangs will keep possession. Emily Schulte coming back in for Shantiva Ashley. Lydia Nelson coming back in. And Alex Feely will come out for the Vikings. Nagel gets the inbound pass, now hands it off to Sothoff. Nice defense by the Vikings. Mustangs have had trouble passing the ball off, and now Anessa Rush puts up a rushed shot, and I believe I saw the shot clock winding down. I was wondering why she took such a off-balance shot. The Mustangs catch another break, and the ball goes off the Vikings. Claire, SMSU really needs a basket here on this possession.
Yes, they do. Try to catch up to Augustana.
And there's a nice little underhand shot by Nagel, and the SMSU Mustangs take advantage of a few opportunities. Another three, though, this time no good by Augie, but they get an offensive rebound. Offensive rebounds have killed the Mustangs this year. Failure to box out will cost you points. And now it gets knocked back out, so the Mustangs catch a break there. 21-12, Augie with the lead. 11 minutes, 55 seconds left to go here in this first half. SMSU looking for their 5th win of the year, only they're looking for their 3rd conference win. It's been a long year for the Mustangs. Degler, though, showing some nice toughness, but still ends up turning the ball over. Coyne over to Nelson, now across the court. Another deep three by the Vikings. That one's no good, but Andrea Whitney is there for the offensive rebound. And a foul called. Ellen Degler was called for the foul. Andrea Whitney, sophomore out of Sartell, Minnesota, at the line.
Checking in for the Vikings, number 33, Faith Tinklenberg. Checking in for the Mustangs, number 25.
Faith Tinklenberg coming in for the Vikings, and Hannah Beeler coming in for the Mustangs. Second free throw is up and good. So back to an 11-point lead for the Vikings. The crowd here at the RA facility looking for something to get it to help them get into the game, as the Mustangs have kind of struggled the last few minutes. Rebecca Rowling going up for the shot. Might have been partially blocked, and now a fight for the ball. And the Vikings come out with it. A pass inside. I believe that was to Andrea Whitney, but she loses it. And that'll be another turnover on the Vikings. Both teams now with 4 turnovers on this game. And Claire, like we said, if SMSU could cut down on some of these turnovers, they might be would have a few more wins so far this year.
Yep. As we're seeing in the game, though, the three-pointers by Augustana have been cutting down a bit. So that is a little bit of an advantage for SMSU to try to get the ball back to their side.
Nice job by Bonlander to get the ball out of trouble. Nice pass into Ellen Degler. Assist by Rebecca Rowling. Nice ball movement there by the Mustangs. Nelson over to Schulte. Now to Tinklenberg. Nice pass to Andrea Whitney, and she gets the basket and the foul. Andrea Whitney really doing some damage on the inside so far in this game. Foul called on Hope Bonlander. That'll be her second personal foul. So Bonlander will be coming out, Jesse Watts coming in. Andrea Whitney with 8 points, looking for point number 9, and she gets it. 25-14, Augustana with the lead. 10 minutes, 22 seconds left to go in this first half. And Claire, SMSU needs to find anything to try to get some momentum and stop Augustana.
You know, they were doing pretty good at the beginning of the game, and now it's slowing down a bit for SMSU.
Mustangs looking to get the ball inside now. Hannah Beeler driving, and an offensive foul. And Coach Kruger not happy about that. But it was a little bit of a push-off. Allison Nagel and Michaela Sothoff coming in for the Mustangs. Schulte bringing the ball up court for SMSU. Tinklenberg to Nelson, as Augustana doing a good job moving the ball around. Another three-point attempt, no good. And a fight for the ball, jump ball, and it'll go to the Mustangs. And a timeout called on the floor. Augustana with a 26-14 lead, 9:49 left in the first half. We'll take a quick 30-second break, but stay tuned. You're watching Mustang basketball here on KSSU TV.
626,000 investors.
That's how many people SIPC has helped since 1970.
Over $15 billion.
That's how much SIPC has made it possible for investors to recover.
SIPC.
That's the Securities Investor Protection Corporation.
An investor's first line of defense in the unlikely event that a brokerage firm fails.
SIPC, for real people, like me.
And you.
Welcome back to the RA facility here in Marshall, Minnesota, where the Augustana Vikings, who came into tonight's game at 18-5, have a 26-14 lead over SMSU coming into this game at 4-21. And Claire, as you mentioned kind of before the break, SMSU started out the game hanging with Augustana, but lately those three-pointers that Augustana has shot has really made the difference. Also some turnovers by the Mustangs and other mistakes as well.
It has, and if you look at the turnovers, we have SMSU with 5 of them and Augustana with 4, so it's pretty close on that one. But the percentage for both of the three-pointers has gone down for both teams.
Help support a great cause.
So much like last weekend, we'll see if these timeouts called by Coach Kruger can make a difference. SMSU last weekend had some success coming out of timeouts, getting back into games. Some full court press being showed by the Vikings. SMSU has had trouble with the press in recent years. Rush gets a nice screen from Beeler. Beeler over to Rolling. Less than 10 on the shot clock now, almost another turnover. And a foul called. We'll see who they get for it. That's number 44, Alex Feeney. Feeney, the leading scorer for Augustana with 15 points per game. Beeler out to Rush. Rush into Nagel. Nagel looking to make something happen, and a traveling violation, so the basket doesn't count. Nagel, who's the leading scorer on the team for the Mustangs this year, only has 4 points so far tonight. They need to get her more touches, Claire.
Yeah, it's really too bad that one didn't count with the travel there. SMSU could have used it.
Ashley with the ball, looking for an opening, finds one, puts it up, good, and another foul by the Mustangs. Augustana starting to just blow this one open. 28-14. And that's Hannah Beeler's second personal foul. Her and Bonlander both with 2. Now Val Saar going to come in and see her first action of the night. Shantiva Ashley at the line. The Vikings have quite a few players out of Sioux Falls. Of course, college located in Sioux Falls, so they've been doing a lot of local recruiting. Nagel over to Sothoff. Sothoff over to Saar. Rolling mishandles that pass, but recovers. Now 10 seconds on the shot clock. Vanessa Rush, a deep three, no good. And Ashley gets the rebound for the Vikings. And a nice pass inside, but the Vikings have to kick it back out. The ball bounces off a few players, but it'll stay with the Vikings. Eight minutes, 27 seconds left to go here in this first half. A deep pass out to Schulte. And the Vikings are having trouble getting stuff going, but now they nail a deep three. Lydia Nelson with the basket, and Augustana now with an 18-point lead. And there's still 8 minutes left here in this first half. Things aren't looking pretty for the Mustangs here, Claire.
No, they've got about a little bit less than 8 minutes to try to catch up the game at the halftime, because looking at the stats, it has said that SMSU tends to fall quite a bit behind on the second half. So.
And that pass wasn't very smart by Sothoff, but
reset.
Luckily, the Augie player stepped out of bounds before she could get rid of the ball. Now Nagel gets the inbound pass, puts up a deep two, and that's good. So a break for the Mustangs, now down 16. Schulte over to Nelson. She puts up a shot. That one no good. Rebound by Rush. And Rush almost, she loses it, but she gets it back. Now Rebecca rolling. Thought she might try a three, and Nessa Rush does try a three. No good. Rebound by Val Saar. Over to Nagel. Nagel puts it up. No good, but she gets fouled. Nessa Rush might want to try to drive in towards the basket a little bit. She's kind of struggled from the field so far.
Allison Nagel at the line shooting two.
Allison Nagel shooting some free throws here. First one is good. Andrea Whitney coming back into the game for Augie, and Megan DeRuyter coming in for the Mustangs. Second free throw is up and good for Nagel. Now with 8 points on the game, Augustana with a 32-18 lead. Schulte with a pull-up shot, nothing but air. Megan DeRuyter gets the rebound. Now Michaela Sothoff looking for an opening. Pass bounces off of Rolling's hand, but Sothoff recovers it. Now Val Saar looking for an opening, puts up a shot, no good. And it'll be Vikings ball. Now Riley Norgard coming in. Also Cammie Coyne coming in for the Vikings. 6:49 left to go in the first half. And Claire, you mentioned SMSU has had trouble in first halves this season, kind of falling behind early. We saw that last week, and they fell behind early, and they played well in the second half, but just not enough to come back. And another three-pointer by Alex Feeney, and it's a 7 of 11 now on the evening for Augustana. Most teams don't even take 11 three-pointers in a whole game. Yeah. Augie has that with 6:20 left in the first half. That shot goes in for Val Saar, getting her first basket of the game. Ashley gets it out to Coyne, puts it up, no good. Rebound by Nagel. Sothoff with the ball. Now to DeRuyter. Val Saar Trying to seal off her defender, and now a traveling violation. So another turnover on the Mustangs.
For the Mustangs, number 25, Hannah Beeler.
Hannah Beeler coming in for SAR. SMSU actually won the turnover battle in last night's game. They only turned the ball over 15 times while forcing 17 turnovers from Wayne State. But usually SMSU comes out on the short end in the turnover battle. That's cost them quite a few games. Alex Feeney, she travels while trying to make a move on the inside. So now another turnover on the Vikings. The Vikings keep with that full court press. Sodhoff with another bad pass and a turnover. Looks like Coyne was thinking three. She loses control of the ball. And a turnover now by the Vikings. So Claire, it's been a pretty sloppy game. Both teams getting close to the double-digit turnover mark, and it's only the first half. Still got more than 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, hopefully it's a little better in the second half, Mike.
DeRuyter gets it into rolling. Mustangs, once again, they're down by 15, so they got to find something to get that offense going. And they also got to find ways to get stops on the defensive end as well. As Nagel gets the basket to go in, and a foul. Nagel, who had a slow start, already at 10 points now. And she has a chance to add one more to her point total.
As you've seen with Nagel, she does have a .714% with the free throw shots, having a 40 out of 56. Making it.
Nagel, one of the better free throw shooters on the team, as Claire mentioned, and she knocks that one down as well. Feeney over to Coyne. And now another deep three, no good. Another rebound by Nagel. But a steal by the Vikings, and the Mustangs, they got to work on these passes. They got to watch where they're throwing it to. Another deep three for the Vikings, another missed shot, and another loose ball. Nagel now with it, gets it over to DeRuyter. DeRuyter, I want to slow things down a little bit, gets it out to Rush. 4.5 minutes left here in this first half. Augustana with a 35-23 lead. Nagel out to Rush. Rush puts up a three. That one banks in. Now cutting it down to a 9-point deficit. Cami Coyne tries to make a move and she gets fouled.
Number 23, Becca Rowling, her first personal foul.
Foul called on Rebecca Rowling. That's her first personal. Faith Tinklenberg coming in for Coyne. Inbound pass into Ashley. Tinklenberg into Feeney. Feeney will have to kick it back out. Another deep three by the Vikings, and that's good. Riley Norgard with her first basket of the game. And Augustana once again. Another three-pointer kind of quiets the Mustang crowd. Nessa Rush putting up a shot. That one's no good. And the Vikings are going to push it back down the other end. Feeney, a nice pass to Norgard. There wasn't even anybody close to her.
There was no defense at all on her blocking that ball.
The Vikings, the Mustangs, I don't know when they set their alarm, but they might need to start pushing that wake-up button now. They're down 40-26, 3 minutes, 25 seconds left to go here in this first half. And Claire, as we've mentioned, SMSU is just struggling on defense, and they've turned the ball over quite a few times today, too. Let's take a look at some of these stats and see what some key factors in the game are.
It's definitely the 3 points for Augustana. They've already shot 15, making 8 of them, where SMSU has only tried for 7 3-pointers and making 2 of them. with the field goals, Augustana has 14 out of 24, where SMSU has 10 out of 23. And if you look at the turnovers, SMSU has 10 turnovers, but the points off the turnovers are 9, where Augustana has 7 turnovers and are making 8 points off the turnovers.
So things kind of even with that. Augustana not really able to take a whole lot of advantage off of the Mustangs' turnovers, but yeah, three-point shooting has definitely been the difference. The Vikings have been pretty hot from behind the three-point arc, and on the other end, Anessa Rush, who's taken most of the team's three-pointers, has kind of struggled so far tonight. Also, Allison Nagel has missed a few as well. So the Mustangs, much like last night, they've had some cold shooting, and so they've been kind of struggling here on offense.
Yep.
Both teams still, actually Augustana breaking out of their huddle now. Coach Kruger giving her Mustangs some final words before they get back out onto the court. 3:25 left here in the first half. And the Vikings sticking with that full court press, trying to look to trap Sodhoff. Now just almost another turnover, definitely a dangerous pass there. Sodhoff now driving towards the basket. A loose ball. We'll see who ends up with it. The Vikings end up with it. And the pass goes off of Rebecca Rolling. So the Vikings have the ball and a chance to do some more damage. Tinklenberg over to Feeney. She puts up a shot, no good. Rebound by Rolling. Sodhoff getting a play call from Coach Kruger. Sodhoff looking inside, but instead out to Rush. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Anessa Rush. Mustangs are going to have to put something up. Nagel putting up a deep three. No good. Not even close. The Mustangs, they're, granted that time the shot clock was running low, but even when the shot clock hasn't run low, Claire, some of their shot choices tonight have been questionable at best.
Yes, but you know, as you said, for that one, the shot clock was rolling down, so it was kind of a time to decide what to do.
That shot no good by Feeney. Another rebound by Rebecca Rolling. Michaela Sodhoff pushing it down court. Now out to Nagel. She takes another deep shot. That time it goes in. A two-pointer as the Mustangs cut the deficit down to 12. But the Vikings rushing back down court. Faith Tinklenberg with a three, no good. Offensive rebound though by the Vikings. Schulte now with a three-pointer. That one's no good as well. This time the Mustangs come out with the rebound. Less than a minute and a half left. Wheeler with the ball now into Nagel. And a double trap, and that'll force an obvious traveling violation. The Mustangs got to learn how to deal with pressure. It's almost the end of the season, and they're still struggling with some of these basic mistakes here. Schulte bringing the ball up court for the Vikings. And another turnover by the Vikings. There's just been a turnover fest here tonight.
Yes, it has.
11 by the Mustangs, 8 now for the Vikings. You'd expect more, a little more discipline from an Augustana team, as we said, coming in at 18-5 on the year. Shantiva Ashley coming in for Riley Norgard. 1 minute, 7 seconds left here in the first half. Keep going with that pressure for Augustana, forcing SMSU in some pretty tight situations so far in this game. Some nice defense by Ashley there.
Yeah.
Rolling over to Nagel, and another traveling violation as the Mustangs are just making the silliest mistakes here. And a timeout called by Augustana. We're going to take a quick 30-second break. 40-28, Augie with the lead. Stay tuned. You're watching Mustang basketball here on KSSU TV.
Southwest Minnesota State University, where private school atmosphere meets public school cost. Programs like culinology, agronomy, and environmental science set the standard nationwide, where grad placement rates are over 97%. And the school invests in you, putting over $80 million back into the university. Southwest Minnesota State University, where you belong.
Welcome back to the RS facility. Michael Sterling here with Claire Schweer. And Claire, SMSU down 40-28, 40 seconds left, and they've been struggling a lot so far in this game.
Yes, they have, definitely with those three-pointers and even guarding Augustana.
And another turnover by the Mustangs, and then Sodhoff gets called for a holding foul. 13 turnovers now for the Mustangs. Keep in mind, SMSU had 15 turnovers all game last night. Ellen Degler coming in. Emily Schulte, one of those several Sioux Falls players here on the Augie roster out of O'Gorman High School. Emily Schulte averaging 9 points per game this season. Vanessa Rush coming back in for the Mustangs. Riley Norgard coming in for the Vikings. Free throw no good. Rebound by Ellen Dagler. About a half a second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Mustangs down 13. Dagler into rolling, but a foul called on Faith Tinklenberg. That'll be her first of the game. 16 fouls on the Vikings. And now the Mustangs can hold for the last shot if they wish. And another pass gets knocked away, but Dagler gets it. The shot rolls in. 41-30. 7 seconds left. Augustana, and now a traveling violation on the Vikings. So the Mustangs have another chance to do some damage before the half. The Vikings are going to turn up that press, though, try to keep the Mustangs from getting a basket. Vanessa Rush trying to make something happen, but a steal and a shot thrown up from the other end of the court. Not anywhere close. So the Mustangs have struggled so far in this game. That's a nice way of putting it. And Augustana heads into halftime with a 41-30 lead. We'll be back in a little bit closer to the start of the second half to bring you first half stats, and we will bring you second half basketball. So stay tuned. You're watching SMSU basketball here on KSSU TV. Welcome back to the RA facility here on the campus of SMSU, where the Southwest Minnesota State University Mustangs are down 41-30 to the Augustana Vikings. Michael Sterling here with Claire Schweer. And Claire, it wasn't a very pretty first half. Why don't you run us through some of the stats that has affected this game?
You know, SMSU were the first ones to get on the board, so you kind of thought, you know, maybe this will be a good turnout, but did not turn out that way. Between Southwest Minnesota State and Augustana, the field goals, SMSU had a 44.4% with 12 out of 27 making it, where Augustana had a 48.3% and 14 out of 29. What was the big advantage for Augustana was obviously their three-point shots, and they had a total of 17 throughout the game, making 8 of them, which brought their average to a 47.1%, where SMSU only had 8 attempts to making a three-point shot, and they only made 2 of them, which brought their average to a 25%. But the big thing that we want to look at are those turnovers throughout the game. As you had mentioned that the game yesterday, SMSU women's basketball had a total of 15 turnovers throughout the whole game. Well, only in this first half, SMSU has a total of 14 turnovers already, where Augustana has 9.
Yeah, so neither team really taking care of the ball a whole lot. SMSU does have the advantage in rebounds, though, 18-13. But probably the reason why Augustana doesn't have that many rebounds, they're not missing a whole lot of shots.
No, they're not. And I think SMSU definitely has to be on the ball more with Augustana. As we saw, they got a little sloppy towards the end of the first half and missed a couple chances to really block that ball. And it was pretty much just a free shot for Augustana.
So SMSU is down 11. 20 minutes left. Another half of basketball to go. So a lot can still happen, but SMSU had a lot of things going into halftime that they needed to work on. So let's see what kind of adjustments they made. They're going to have to cut down on the turnovers, like you said, early in the first half, get out on the shooters for Augustana, and kind of keep grabbing those rebounds. Schulte over to Tinklenberg, and that's a good start for the Mustang defense. A turnover by the Vikings. Augustana went a lot with that full court press late in the first half, kind of slowed it down here in that possession. Now Sothoff over to Beeler. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Rebecca Rolling goes up with it, and it's good. She lost control of it for a second, but regained it and put up the basket. So now 41-32. And now another turnover by the Vikings, so the Mustangs maybe grabbing some momentum here. See what they can do here. Beeler gets the pass on the inside, but she loses it, so much for that momentum. Schulte bringing the ball up court for the Vikings. And Nelson over to Tinklenberg. Now to Ashley and now a foul called. The Vikings were just working their way around the perimeter there. Foul on Beeler. That's her third foul of the game. Inbound pass to Feeney. She has to kick it out. Schulte with a three. That one's no good, but a rebound by Feeney. She puts it up, and it's good. So a second chance basket for the Vikings. They're up 43-32. Sothoff taking it herself, and she gets fouled. Nice job by Sothoff, who doesn't really take a lot of shots, but she can definitely turn on the heat when she wants to. Sothoff gonna shoot a few free throws. First one is up and good. Ellen Degler gonna come in for Beeler. Second free throw, no good. Rebound by Schulte, and another foul by Sothoff. And that's her second. So a 10-point lead for the Vikings, 43-33. 18 minutes, 26 seconds left to go here in this second half. Another deep shot attempt. That one is good. Another three-pointer for Augustana. And Claire, that was one of the big difference makers in the first half as well.
Yes, it was. SMSU definitely has to find a way so Augustana cannot get those three-pointers in.
Sothoff with the ball. And a kicked ball by the Augie defense. So the Mustangs will get it out of bounds. Rebecca Rowling going to try to inbound the ball. Gets it into Degler. Now Sothoff gets the handoff. Now back to Degler, into Bonlander. 7 seconds on the shot clock. That shot, nothing but air. And a loose ball as Nagel almost knocked it away. The Vikings keep possession. Nelson gets it inside. Feeney, her shot rolls out. Rebound by Dagler. Now Sothoff being guarded by Schulte, bringing the ball up court. Nagel puts up a three. That one's good. She put in a few, she attempted a few threes in the first half. This is her first made three of the game. Now the Vikings trying to make something happen on offense. Shantiva Ashley into Feeney. Feeney puts up a shot and it's good. Alex Feeney now with 13 points on the game. So she's really been making a difference so far. And now Rebecca Rowling. Surprised she didn't get a foul. So was Coach Kruger, but to be quite honest, you got to play till the whistle. That's why coaches tell you that. You can't get contact and then hope there's a foul. So another undisciplined and unforced turnover by the Mustangs is just something that, quite frankly, at this point of the season shouldn't be happening.
Yeah, you wouldn't think it would be at the last game of the season.
So another mistake and Augustana will get the ball. 48-36. Augustana with the lead. 16 minutes, 36 seconds left. SMSU now with 16 turnovers on the game. Augustana with 11 turnovers of their own. So neither team taking great care of the ball, with the Vikings with the 12-point advantage right now. Ashley over to Tinklenberg. She puts up a three. That one's no good. Rebound by Degler. Now Sothoff pushing the tempo. And that shot no good. But the Vikings can't control the ball. It goes out of bounds, so SMSU will get the ball back. Mustangs catching a little bit of a break there. Now Andrea Whitney coming into the game for the Vikings. Whitney did quite a bit of damage on the inside in the first half. And that pass knocked away. SMSU has had trouble passing the ball the last few games. Sothoff looking for an open teammate, gets it to Degler. Degler, her shot knocked away by Alex Feeney. Mustangs will keep possession. Inbound pass goes out to Sothoff. Sothoff drives, puts it up. No, it is good, but a foul called before the shot. Andrea Whitney called for the foul. That's her third personal foul. So again, SMSU going to try to inbound it. The ball goes into Rebecca Rowling. Now Sothoff drives, tries to kick it out. Once again knocked out of bounds by Augustana. It seems like the last 3 or 4 times, Claire, we've been seeing the same thing. It's like that Bill Murray movie, Groundhog Day. where just the same thing keeps repeating itself.
Yep, that it is.
See if we can get a different result here as Rowland gets it into Degler. Degler, a nice shot fake, but again, another blocked shot. This time the Vikings get possession of it. Nice ball movement there and an easy basket. Andrea Whitney moves into double digits in points. Sotthoff being closely guarded. Nice defense by Schulte. Now Nagel gets it into Bonlander. Bonlander with a, well, I thought they were going to call a travel. I heard a fan behind me yell travel as well. Sure looked like a travel. As we hear a lot from the Augie faithful. As we said, Sioux Falls not too far of a drive, so we have a lot of Augustana fans here in tonight's game. So the Mustangs inbound pass goes to Sotthoff. And the pass goes to Nagel. Nagel has to kick it back out. Now Sotthoff gets trapped, has to kick it back out to Nagel. Nagel puts it up, and another three-pointer by Allison Nagel. And she's put up 4 3-pointers in this game, so she's really been working on the outside.
Yes, she has. And that's definitely what SMSU needs.
Another basket on the other end for Augustana. And I don't think I've ever seen Allison Nagel work on the outside so much in a single game, as they're having Degler work more of a post. Now Nagel gets inside. A shot put up by Degler, no good. Knocked out of bounds. And I believe they're going to say last touch by the Vikings. Vanessa Rush coming in for the Mustangs. Cami Coyne and Riley Norgard coming in for the Vikings. Inbound pass to Degler, now over to Rush. Degler with a nice screen. Now Degler gets the pass. Another shot fake. Some contact, but no foul. Now pass to Coyne. Now over to Ashley. She puts up a three, and it's good. Once again, Augustana is starting to try to blow this game open. 55-39, 13 minutes, 46 seconds left to go in the game. Nagel gets the pass, throws up a wild one. Almost went in, but bounces out. And that's an obvious foul on Degler. Almost clotheslining Shantiva Ashley, who's kind of bandaged up on her right shoulder. Jesse Watts coming in for the Mustangs. Andrea Whitney over to Alex Feeney. Now Riley Norgard over to Cami Coyne. Another three-pointer is good. Once again, Augustana just draining these threes, and now it's back out to a 19-point lead for the Vikings. Claire, SMSU, once again, they're struggling on defense.
Yeah, which is kind of disappointing at the last game. You think they'd be a little bit more on the ball.
8 seconds on the shot clock. An inbound pass, pass to Beeler, but she stumbles and a traveling violation, so another turnover by the Mustangs. That's 18 on the game for SMSU. Allison Kruger yelling at her players to turn up the pressure. That's certainly something that needs to happen after the amount of three-pointers Augustana has made tonight. Ashley gets a nice screen. Of course, Augustana has done some damage on the inside tonight too, Claire.
Yeah, they're really good at getting those layups in there.
Augustana has to put up a quick shot, no good though. And a jump ball called, and SMSU will keep the ball. Megan DeRuyter going to try to inbound it. Augustana Nope, Watt's going to inbound it now. Augustana looking like they're going to start that full court press again. Pass to Rush. Rush going to drive it and puts it in. And Rush, when she can do that, it really drives that Mustang offense. Shantiva Ashley now looking for an open teammate. Pass to Riley Norgard. Now a nice pass to Andrea Whitney. Like we said, she's done a lot of damage on the inside. Now with 13 points. And another turnover on the Mustangs. .38 left to go here in the second half. And a lot of contact with no foul called, but the ball will stick with the Augustana Vikings. Cammie Coyne going to inbound the ball. Gets it to Andrea Whitney. Dangerous cross-court pass. Ashley over to Norgard. Norgard puts it up, no good. Rebound by Nelson though, and she puts it back in. So now a 21-point lead for Augie. And Claire, SMSU, once again, they're starting to fall apart.
Yeah, and this is not the time to start getting sloppy on the plays. It's time to step it up.
DeRuyter's shot is no good. Rebound by Whitney. Ashley pushes it up to Coyne. Coyne's going to drive now, kicks it back out to Norgard. Puts it up, no good. But an offensive rebound by the Vikings. Nelson puts it up, and that one's good. Now a 23-point lead for the Vikings. And smart move to call timeout there. 64-41. 10:39 left to go in this game. We're going to take a quick break, 30-second break. Stay tuned. You're watching Mustang basketball here on KSSU TV.
Hey, Barrett! Look, Timmy's in trouble again. I told you to stay out of here! Come on, loser!
Someone should do something. See that happen.
If you see abuse or neglect, learn what you can do at BeHumane.org.
Welcome back to the RA facility here in Marshall, Minnesota. 64-41, Augustana with the lead. And Claire, SMSU, they've been trying to fight back, but the last few minutes, Augustana's just blown it back open with a few more three-pointers.
Yeah, it seems like whenever SMSU does make a point, Augustana's there to answer it right back.
Augustana currently with its largest lead of the game at 23 points. Kayla Sothoff over to Beeler. And a foul called on the Vikings. Called on Riley Norgard. That's her first foul of the game. Inbound pass goes to Beeler. Beeler going to try to drive. Has to pass it off to Nagel. Sothoff being closely guarded by Schulte. Now Beeler going to drive. Puts up a shot. Had a tough angle on it. Now a loose ball being knocked around. And last touch by the Vikings. I know you called little volleyball this year, Claire. Sometimes it kind of does look like a volleyball match out there with as many times as people will bat the ball around.
Yeah, you can see them all fighting for it and it up in the air, and it does resemble that.
Inbound pass going to Sothoff. Now over to Nagel, putting up another three. No good this time. They need to get Nagel closer to the basket. Doesn't really make much sense to have your post player out on the three-point line, although she has made a few tonight. Cross court pass to Coyne, now back to Schulte. She puts up a 3, and that one bounces in. Now a 26-point lead. And this one's starting to get pretty ugly. The Mustangs need to get a difference maker right away. Nagel gets the pass, and she turns it over. Another turnover by the Mustangs. Cami Coyne gets the deep pass, puts the shot up, no good. Rebound by Nelson. Her shot no good, but a foul called. That last turnover was the 20th of the night by the Mustangs, and there's still 9:05 left to go.
Timeout on the floor.
Timeout on the floor, so we're going to take another quick break. 26-point deficit for the Mustangs. We'll see if they can come back. Stay tuned. You're watching Mustang basketball here on KSSU TV.
In today's economy, you want a degree from an affordable college that leads to a well-paying job. At Southwest Minnesota State University in Marshall, that's what you'll receive. In-state tuition for all. A private school feel at a public school price. Our grad placement rate is over 95%, and you'll attend one of the finest universities in the Midwest. A challenging yet nurturing academic environment and value for your academic dollar are what you will receive at Southwest Minnesota State, where you belong.
Welcome back to the RA facility, where the Augustana Vikings, who came in at 18-5 overall, have a 26-point lead over the Mustangs, who came in at 4-21 overall. And Claire, the difference, there have been a few differences in this game, turnovers and three-pointers being some of them, but basically SMSU, they haven't come out ready to play.
No, hopefully, after this timeout, maybe they'll finally get out there and get at it. One can only hope.
Yeah, Coach Kruger must be giving them a earful out over there in the sideline. But,
I can believe it.
Coach Kruger is, as many coaches here in this conference are, really intense, and they don't have a problem vocalizing their emotions. Lydia Nelson at the free throw line for Augustana. First free throw, no good. A lot of people here in support of the Mustangs, and also, as we mentioned, a lot of people here from Sioux Falls and South Dakota as well in support of the Vikings. Second free throw goes in, now a 27-point lead for Augustana. And another traveling violation, and this is just getting ridiculous. SMSU, just the lack of discipline this late in the year. Inbound pass goes out to Schulte. Maffini hands it back off to Schulte. Now cross-court pass to Tinklenberg. Three-pointer is good.
Oh boy.
And now a 30-point lead for Augustana. And Claire, there's still 8 minutes, 44 seconds left in the game.
Yeah, it's not looking good, Mike.
Dagler putting up a 2. Now back to a 28-point deficit. Ashley over to Feeney, and once again, the Mustangs leave a player open, and now the Vikings get an offensive rebound. Shantiva Ashley now with a 3. That one's no good. Rebound by Megan DeRuyter, and a foul called. That'll be on Alex Feeney. That'll be her second foul of the night. Sudhoff bringing the ball up court for the Mustangs. Sudhoff over to Rolling. Rolling trying to make something happen. Shot no good. Loose ball chased down by Michaela Sudhoff. Now Megan DeRuyter putting up a 3. That one's no good. Another offensive rebound. Actually, DeRuyter getting her own miss, but she misses the second one as well. And a pass down court to Lydia Nelson. And the Mustangs just having trouble running the court. Another easy basket for the Vikings. Degler with the ball. She has to kick it back out to Bonlander. She puts up a 3. That one's no good. Shantiva Ashley bringing it up court for the Vikings. Faith Tinklenberg driving. Baseline jumper is up and good. Now a 32-point lead. 7 minutes, 13 seconds left to go. Claire, SMSU. I know there's still 7 minutes left, but they're starting to run out of time to kind of make a comeback here in this game.
Well, it seems like Augustana is doing both well at the three-pointer, even close up to the net. So SMSU really has to work on their guarding them to try to get that ball back.
Well, as we mentioned, Augustana, they've averaged about 76.6 points per game, and they're in all likelihood going to eclipse that. And they're only allowing 58.5 points per game on defense, and at this pace, they might average just about that here tonight. As that basket is good for Rebecca Rolling. Rebecca Rolling now in double figures in points with 10. And Coach Kruger screaming at her players to get out on the shooters for Augustana. And now a foul called on Ellen Degler. Andrea Whitney coming back into the game. Lydia Nelson coming out. And now another timeout going to be called by Augustana. Augustana with a 30-point lead, 6.5 minutes left. This thing is getting kind of ugly. We're going to take a 30-second break, but stay tuned. You're watching Mustang basketball here on KSSU TV.
When you donate goods in response to an international disaster, it's expensive.
They have to cross the sea, pass through customs, be inspected, sorted, then finally delivered.
And often they arrive too late to help, making your good intentions feel a little empty.
There is a better way. Cash donations are fast, simple, and allow professional relief workers to purchase supplies close at hand.
Cash is best. Learn more at CIDI.org.
Welcome back to the RA facility here on the campus of SMSU. The Augustana Vikings have a 75-45 lead over the Mustangs. And Claire, it's been kind of a long day for SMSU, and the players kind of, it's tough to kind of stay focused in a blowout like this.
Yeah, they just have to keep their motivation up and not try to let the scoring bring them down. And definitely need to get on that ball more, especially when they're bringing it back down the court.
As we mentioned before the break on defense, Coach Kruger yelling at her girls to get out on those shooters. Augustana 13 out of 28 in three-pointers in this game, and that's a lot of three-point shots. Faith Tinklenberg doing some damage on the inside there with a two-pointer. Now a 77-45 game. Dagler posting up near the block. Now she gets a pass, and it gets knocked away as soon as she catches it. A nice no-look pass. Almost a turnover there. Actually is a turnover. Dagler with the steal and a foul on Alex Feeney. Hannah Beeler and Allison Nagel are going to come in. Hope Bonlander and Ellen Dagler are going to come out for SMSU. 6:02 left for the SMSU, or in the game for the Mustangs. Feeney now, her shot no good, but Andrea Whitney didn't have anybody boxing her out. Fortunately for SMSU, she missed the shot. Vanessa Rush now with the ball. Now to Beeler. Rolling now to Sothoff. Sothoff tried to drive. Now she gets a foul called as Sothoff was trying to pass it off on the baseline. Foul on Faith Tinklenberg. Tinklenberg going to come out. Cammie Coyne going to come in. So Sothoff going to shoot a 1-and-1 for SMSU. That free throw no good. Alex Feeney with the rebound. 5.5 minutes left to go in this game. And Claire, if you're a Mustang fan, this game probably couldn't end soon enough, as it's kind of looking like the Mustangs are going to drop another game here. There's another basket by the Vikings.
Not looking good.
Vanessa Rush over to Nagel. Rebecca rolling over to Sothoff. SMSU now a three-pointer by Rush, and that's good.
That was a good shot.
Cuts the deficit to 31, and I guess you never know. There's still 4 minutes, 45 seconds left. Miracles can happen. And that pass knocked away by Rebecca Rolling. Augustana shouldn't be in any hurry to shoot the ball. It'll take some time off the shot clock. Of course, they've been kind of a fast-paced team all night. Shantiva Ashley tries to drive, puts it up, but no foul call on the contact. Michaela Sothoff over to Rush. Rush putting up another three, and it's good. 79-51, cutting it down to a 28-point deficit. Now a three-pointer on the other end by Cammie Coyne. That'll kind of silence the crowd. 82 points for Augustana, an offensive explosion for the Vikings. Nagel to Beeler. Beeler putting it up again. Another shot that's partially blocked. Alex Feeney and Andrea Whitney, both very tall, very athletic. It's a dangerous combination on the inside. Inbound pass to Vanessa Rush. Has to kick it back out to Nagel. Now Nagel back to Rush. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Rush puts it up. This time no good. Rebound by Whitney. Coyne putting up another three, and it's good. Augie not taking their foot off the pedal here. They just keep going hard. Now with a 34-point lead. And now a pushing foul on the Vikings. On Shantiva Ashley, so Vanessa Rush gonna go to the line. Nicole Kirchhoff and Ariana Gullickson gonna come in. Free throw is good.
If you look at the stats here, Anessa Rush does do fairly well on her free throws, making so far 11 out of 16.
Second one, no good. Chased down by Gullickson. 33-point lead coming up on 3 minutes left. And a pass knocked away by Nagel. Nice hustle. Cammie Coyne going to try to inbound it for the Vikings. Gets it inside, and now a traveling violation on the Vikings. And that'll be turnover number 14 for them. Rush bringing it up. Now over to DeRider. DeRider putting up a three. No good. Rebound by Coyne. Now less than 3 minutes left. Augie pushing it back down the court. Ashley with the pull-up jumper, and it's good. 87-52. And now is a good time for Augie to bring out some of the players that don't really get a lot of playing time. Beeler into Bonlander. She puts it up, and it's good. 87-54. Mustang's going to start going with a full court press. I don't think it's really going to make too much of a difference now, Claire. Another easy basket.
It's a good attempt by Rush right there, try to get the ball.
Nicole Kirchhoff with her first basket of the game. Nagel with the ball. Has to get it back out to Beeler. Less than 2 minutes now. Nagel gets the ball back in the inside, putting it up, no good. Riley Norgard over to Shantiva Ashley, puts up a three, no good. And Beeler tried getting the rebound, got fouled in the process. For all of the struggles that SMSU has had tonight, some bright spots. Allison Nagel does have 19 points on the game. Vanessa Rush also with 12 points on the game. So a few of the Mustangs have had some good offensive performances. It's just, you know, you need a more concerted effort by all your players, and you got to be out there on defense as well. You're not going to win too many games at this level when you give up 89 points. That's for sure.
Yeah.
First free throw is good by Hannah Beeler. So the SMSU women are going to drop another one. (89-56) now, still a minute 38 left. And another three-point attempt, Cammie Coyne. That's no good, chased down by Megan DeRuyter. Vanessa Rush trying to get a play going for SMSU. Beeler to DeRuyter. DeRuyter puts it up, no good. Another missed shot by the Mustangs. Coyne to Norgard. Norgard puts it up, a three-pointer is good. And now it's just kind of beating a dead horse. Augustana just kind of trying to run up the score a little bit. And a foul called. Thought there might be a jump ball called, but instead of foul, Riley Norgard gets called for it. So Allison Nagel will go back to the line, and she's, as Claire mentioned earlier, one of the team's better free throw shooters.
Yes, she is. So hopefully she can get a couple for SMSU.
First one is up and good, 92-57. 55 seconds left. Second free throw is good as well. Ellen Degler coming in. And Allison Nagel going to come out. That'll probably be it for the day for Nagel. Now a turnover on Augustana. We just got handed a little note here. Augustana now holds the RA facility women's record for three-pointers in a game with 16. So Augie, not a lot has gone wrong for Augustana here in this game besides the amount of turnovers. And Augustana now with the ball. A little pressure being applied by the Mustang defense. Shot put up, not even close. Going to go out of bounds. Last touch, though, by the Mustangs. Five-second difference between the shot and game clock. Now the ball gets knocked away. Last touch, though, by the Vikings. The Mustangs will get the ball. As the clock ticks down. Mustangs will try to get a basket to end the game with at least some momentum. A foul called, or actually the ball knocked out of bounds. Vanessa Rush now with the ball. Now gets it to Degler. Degler puts it up, and it's good. And that'll do it. Augustana with a 92-60 victory over SMSU. And we are going to take a quick 2-minute break. And when we come back, we will have a kind of a wrap-up with the stats and kind of a look ahead at the last 2 games of the season for the Mustang women. But stay tuned. You're watching Mustang basketball here on KSSU TV.
Southwest Minnesota State will get you where you want to go. We're a university of 3,600 students with over 45 majors to choose from. Small student-to-faculty ratios let your professors get to know you. And with a grad placement rate over 95%, your degree will help you get a job in your chosen field. Becoming involved is easy. And with over $150 million in improvements the last 10 years, our facilities are state-of-the-art. Southwest Minnesota State University, where you belong.
AmeriCorps Hero.
I want to help people. I want to make a difference. I want to get things done. Could I be a hero?
She had to apply.
I should give this a try.
There she met people who shared her passion, people who wanted to make change, people who joined AmeriCorps. They cleaned beaches, they helped wildlife. Together they served, together they made a difference. Together they were heroes.
In AmeriCorps, you can be a hero too.
Join AmeriCorps.
Ladies, are you talking to your partners
About HIV.
2 out of every 3 new HIV/AIDS cases in women are among Black women.
Get informed, get tested. Early detection can save your life. If you test positive, seek treatment from a doctor.
Join the campaign to end Black AIDS, a partnership between Abbott and the Magic Johnson Foundation. Go to WeStandWithMagic.com, get resources, and become a member.
And join today, and thank you.
Like all new parents, my husband and I want what's best for our baby. When it came to immunizations, I wanted the facts. So I carefully researched vaccines, talking to pediatricians and other experts and asking tough questions. The answer was obvious. Vaccines like those against measles and influenza are not only a good idea, they could save our daughter's life. Take the time to get the facts. Vaccines save lives.
We all have a vision.
Back to the RA facility where the Augustana Vikings come out with a 92-60 blowout victory over the SMSU Mustangs. Michael Sterling here with Claire Schweer. And Claire, why don't you give us a rundown of kind of the final stats? Again, it wasn't a very pretty game for the Mustangs.
It was a very ugly game to watch, but SMSU had a total of 22 field goals out of 56, where Augustana had 35 out of 65. For those 3-point shots, SMSU only had 6 that were made out of 19 attempts, where Augustana had 16 made out of 33 attempts. And as we saw throughout the game, they were very good at getting those 3-pointers in. For rebounds, SMSU had a total of 32, with Augustana with 36. And obviously the turnovers were pretty big in this game. SMSU with a total of 23 turnovers, and Augustana with a total of 16 throughout the whole game.
And Augustana also with an advantage in points off of turnovers, and also bench points and points in the paint. So SMSU is going to drop another one. Losing streak now at 4 games. They fall to 4-22 overall, 2-18 in conference play. Augustana will improve to 19-5, 15-5 in conference play. The next games for each team, for Augustana, they will play next weekend, next Friday, or they'll be hosting Upper Iowa at 6, and then next Saturday they'll be playing Winona State, that game at 4. SMSU women, this will be their last game at the RA facility here. They will be playing at Concordia St. Paul on Friday at 6, and then at Minnesota State Mankato on Saturday at 4. And then the NSIC tournament first round is February 27th, but with the record the women have, I think it's safe to say they're not going to be hosting one of the first round tournament games. So hopefully, though, the Mustangs, as we said, can come out with a few victories next weekend, and then once tournament time comes around, I guess you never know what could happen.
Yep, hopefully it all works in favor for SMSU.
So with that, that kind of wraps up the SMSU women's game, but stay tuned. Me and Claire will have coverage of SMSU men's action as well. Should be a good game between 2 very talented teams, both Augustana and SMSU coming in with a winning record. So that game will be back on. Game time will be about 25 minutes to half an hour. And so until then, stay tuned for men's basketball. We're going to take a little bit of a break, but stay tuned. You're watching Mustang basketball here on KSSU TV.